Hi, boys and girls. Today's lesson is about recycling paper. And so you saw us do it in the classroom. What I wanted to do is show you how you can recycle paper at home also. So sometimes the sound will go in and out a little bit. So I'll try and speak really loudly so you can hear me. And I'll try and show you things you can use at home with mom or dad to try and recycle paper also. Here's some of the things you need. You need a bowl. You need a piece of newspaper. You need some kind of a blender. Yours might be bigger. This is just a really small blender. It's good enough. And then you need some kind of a strainer. It can be a colander, or it can be like a strainer that's made out of this smaller netting. You use it sometimes for pasta when you're taking the water out, draining the water out. So those are some of the supplies. Here's what you do. Number one, step one, like a how-to book. Step one, tear the paper into strips. Put them in the bowl. So I have my paper strips in the bowl. Step two, put in some water. So I have my sink right here, and I'll show you. I just add some water, and I just make sure that the paper is covered. Can you see that? It's covered in water. And now maybe I count to, let's see, do you think you can count to 50? I bet you can. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're halfway there. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. If we count 10 more seconds, that will be a whole minute. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Did you know 60 seconds makes 1 minute? Okay, so now the paper is really wet. Here's step 3. Put the paper into the blender, all of it. Pour your water into the blender. So I have my paper and water, and you're going to blend it up. Make sure the cap is on and ask for help if you need it. Okay, this might get loud. Oh, great, it's not plugged in. Try again. Okay. Now, when you blend up paper with water, it's really not called paper anymore. It's called pulp. Can you say pulp? It's a weird word. It's spelled P-U-L-P, pulp. Let me see if I can show you with my hand. Can you see that? It's blended up paper. And you might think ew, but really in science, instead of saying ew, say, ooh, fascinating. Okay? We don't say ew in science, say fascinating. Super fascinating. Okay, there's your pulp. Here's the last part of making paper. So I think we're on step 4. Take your strainer. It could be a colander, might be better with something that has a thinner netting. Try it with different things. Experiment with it. And what you're going to do is pour that pulp into the strainer. I know it sounds like I'm yelling. I want to make sure you can hear me. So I pour it, and you'll see the water drains through, and the pulp stays in the strainer. I can use my hand and I can press. It's kind of hard for you to see. It's very mushy right now. What you want to do is keep on pressing it gently. Sometimes the pulp will stick to your hand. That's okay. Actually, it feels really soft. Feels super soft. Look, it's sticking to my hand, the pulp. That's okay. Just kind of try to stick it back in there. Won't hurt you. It's just paper and water. I'm pressing it in, pressing down. Sometimes I've even seen where if you wet a sponge, you can press down with the sponge on it. Only problem is sometimes it sticks to the sponge. Mine's kind of sticking a little to the sponge. I don't know if you want to do that. You can experiment with it a little bit. I'm only trying that so I can speed it up just a bit. Okay, so now I have this gray pulp right there. What you want to do now is take that pulp and you want to flip it out to dry. You could maybe flip it out onto a plate. Let's see. I have a paper plate, I think, right up here. Yes, I do. So I'll take my pulp and watch what I'll do. And I flip it. That doesn't really look like paper yet. What you do now is you let it dry. Once it dries, you'll feel it and it's paper again. You've recycled paper. Now here's your question. Why do you think that piece of newspaper turned that gray color? Tell someone in your house why you think that turned gray. Have fun making paper, recycling paper.